Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Alya Luthfiyyah Salma from 12 Sciences. Now I want to tell you guys the story of Tangled. But before you watch this video, please rotate your phone. Happy watching! This is a story of Rapunzel. A long time ago in a faraway land, a man and a woman lived happy together, waiting for the birth of their first child. They lived in a small house with a big garden behind it. They heard a witch lived inside of it and would curse anyone who entered. One day, the woman sat by the window looking out at the garden, starving for food, when she saw that delicious vegetables growing inside. Without any money, they both became desperate for something to eat. The man had no choice. Sneak into the garden and take some food for his wife. So he climbed over the wall and began filling his basket with all the vegetables. As he was placing the last of the tomatoes in his basket, he heard an angry voice call out who said,
"You could take my vegetables."
Shocked and scared, he begged the witch, "Please don't hurt me. I'm taking these vegetables for my wife and future child." The witch rubbed her chin.
"I will spare you and even let you eat all the tasty trees in my garden. But in return, you must give me your child."
The man was so terrified that he quickly agreed and ran back home relieved to be safe. Not long after, their daughter was born, and the very next day, the witch kept her promise and took the child from them. The witch named the girl Rapunzel. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful girl with long golden hair as long as a football field. But at age 13, the witch trapped the princess in a tower deep in the forest, with no doors or stairs, so that no one could ever take her. Every morning, the witch would visit Rapunzel and say,
"Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair."
Rapunzel would let down her hair, and then witch would climb up to visit her. Rapunzel hated the witch's visits as she was so cruel to mean every day. When she was alone, Rapunzel would sing out her window, dreaming of a better world. Many years later, a prince was exploring the forest when he heard the most beautiful singing he had ever heard. He followed the singing all the way to the tower. While Rapunzel was singing, he fell instantly in love. He watched as the witch came to call out to Rapunzel and climbed the tower. After the witch left, the prince called out to Rapunzel at the bottom of the tower, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." He unhumbled the long golden hair, and the prince climbed up. At first, Rapunzel was frightened of the stranger as she had never seen a man before. But she was immediately taken back by how kind and loving he was compared to the evil witch. Rapunzel loved hearing the prince's stories of the outside world, how there are vast deep oceans to swim in, huge town squares with hundreds of happy people, and the princess castle where she could explore all day. They fell in love immediately, and he promised to rescue her so they could live happy together. But they need a plan to escape. The next day, and for many days after, when the prince visits Rapunzel, he would bring her silk so that could knit and weave a rope to climb down. One day, the witch noticed Rapunzel hiding something in the corner and grew suspicious. She discovered the silk rope and became enraged. The witch got so angry that she cut off Rapunzel's beautiful golden hair and cast a spell that sent her deep into the middle of the forest to live. When the prince came later that day, he called out Rapunzel, "Rapunzel, let down your hair." Down came tumbling Rapunzel's long golden hair. When the prince reached the top, the witch said,
The princess has gone forever, and you will never find her.
Shocked, the prince fell landing in a bush of thorns that scratched his eyes, making him blind. Heartbroken and blind, the prince wandered around the forest for months, calling out Rapunzel. "Rapunzel, where are you?" He didn't know where he was, and he felt like giving up. Until one day, he heard the most beautiful singing he ever heard. "Rapunzel? Yes, I found you at last," she cried, running into his arm, and they hugged each other tight, happy to finally be together again. Cried tears of joy that fell into his eyes and cured his blindness. Together, the prince led them back to his castle, and they lived happy ever after. The end. Okay, that's a story that I can tell. See you guys next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.